Hello, this is Dr. Jen Hatfield, the Intuitive Phoenix, here with my wife, Kelly Hatfield, because she is going to spend a few minutes with us, letting us know about ancestral clearing with Kelly Hatfield.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
So, can you start off by telling us, how did you get started with ancestral clearing?
Well, when I was in junior high, over 25 years ago, I interviewed my great grandmothers for a school project, and so I worked on the paper and all the items she gave me, or both my grandmothers gave me, and from there I was like, this is it. I love it. My great aunt is the person who had kept all of our records and gave me a lot of my information. I interviewed a lot of my 4 great grandparents and my 8 great grandparents. I mean, eight, 8 great grandparents and 4 grandparents. And I got a lot of information. I was very blessed to have a lot of people still alive. But my great aunt was the one that really helped with all of that. And I am now the next record keeper for our family.
So, I know for myself, you basically keep the ancestral tree.
I do.
Okay.
Do. I make sure that I keep up with that and keep adding to it. It's a lifelong thing for me.
Cool. So, how did being the record keeper, keeping the ancestral trees, lead to ancestral clearing?
Well, I was noticing patterns between like patterns in my life and also patterns in my family members that were alive. I was seeing all of their stuff and all of my stuff, and it wasn't all pretty. And in doing the research, I was noticing why some of this stuff was not so pretty because it had been around for a long time. There were a lot of things that were not like healthy patterns, and so I noticed all of that and wanted to clear that out and wanted to be done with that. And so I've been working on myself for a lot of years, and that's pretty much how that shifted, is wanting to clear out all of those negative patterns.
From you experiencing them, but also from what I understand for your family that's still alive,
Yes.
and then for your ancestors, and then for family members who are just being born or yet to be born.
Absolutely, yeah, clear the whole gamut
Okay.
to make sure that, that we
So,
don't continue on patterns that are not healthy for us.
so in other words, you're in some level, in some way, like an activist because you are actively healing and clearing, starting with you, but then also moving it beyond yourself to impact your family, whether they're still here, are living. I mean, still here, whether they've passed or yet to be born.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pretty
Yeah.
powerful. Very important work.
It is.
So, what are the benefits of engaging in ancestral clearing?
Some of the benefits are increased communication. So we can now have conversations maybe we didn't have a generation ago or multiple generations ago. So increased communication with loved ones. Sometimes you realize that you should not be talking to certain loved ones, and you set better boundaries once you've done ancestral clearing, and you cut people out that you don't really need to be talking to. I know for one person, they hadn't seen their mother in decades, and they, after doing work with me, they went and visited their mother, and that led to some healing in that way. So there's just all different kinds of things that can be helpful. There's all different kind of benefits in that way.
So, what I'm hearing is increased communication with your family in general, and it sounds like on some topics that maybe were taboo or not discussed in
Correct.
previous generations, current generations are now able to discuss them.
Yes. Also, there's emotions and things that get stuck in the body that we don't realize get stuck in the body. So I've cleared things out of my own body that I know it's from the ancestral healing work that I did, even though I didn't relate it to that physical pain until that moment. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I've done ancestral work, and now this part of my body actually feels much better and does not have the same pain. So we carry it in our body as well, even not even knowing that we do. So there's so many benefits that can come from just acknowledging the patterns and clearing that out.
So you feel better physically
Oh, yes.
and emotionally.
Yes, definitely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I think we could all use more of that in our families.
Definitely.
So, what would be the benefits of hiring you to do this work?
Ancestral clearing is pretty heavy work. It can be heavy work, and it would be a benefit to have a partner there to bounce ideas off of. And a lot of times, I notice patterns that other people don't notice about their own lives. So, it would be beneficial to have me there to kind of see the patterns that we're not
You're an
always able to
objective.
see from ourselves.
You're an
Yes.
objective observer.
Yes.
So we often can see in others what we're not able to see in ourselves.
Right. Correct.
And the other thing that I'm thinking too is you've been doing this work for yourself for so long, so you could help people navigate their own journey and maybe not make mistakes that you may have made, or maybe not get caught up in areas that make it even more challenging or more painful in some ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes it's just good to have a partner.
To not be alone in that journey, because it can be emotional.
That is normal. That is okay. That is, you're gonna feel this, or you're not gonna. You don't have to worry about things. I'm always there to help guide the situation.
So what services do you offer?
The genealogy research. So I actually do the research. For those of you that don't like research, it is time consuming and tedious. I do the genealogy research, and that's online that I do that, and then I review that with you afterwards. And then I do the ancestral clearing that we just discussed, and then I also do space clearing, space and property clearing. So I energetically clear your office, your home, your property, whatever might need clearing, your car. I've done cars before, so.
And from what you've said, I would suspect that it's important to also clear your space, or beneficial to clear your space, because whether it's because of the patterns that we're currently living in, it may be easier to move out of those if we clear our space, or as we're doing ancestral clearing and releasing those old patterns, sometimes from generations, it'd be beneficial to have our space cleared so we're not leaving that within our space.
Yes. You don't want to have negative energy in your space. Yes.
Okay.
It can be very stale or stagnant, and you just want it out. You don't need it in there.
Open up the space for more things to come in.
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Kelly will be creating more videos, answering more questions, diving deeper into some of the topics that she just touched on tonight. Can you tell us what's the easiest way to contact you if we're interested in hiring you in your services?
You can contact me at 828-577-6333, or at my email, which is rituals4healing@gmail.com. Or you can contact me on Facebook, private message me, or comment on any of my posts at Ancestral Clearing with Kelly Hatfield.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is Dr. Jen, the Intuitive Phoenix, and my wife, Kelly Hatfield of Ancestral Clearing. Very happy to spend this time with you today, and we're both sending you lots of love and health and ease in your transformation until we connect again. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.